to say something a little differently, out of the box. Focused on Dimitri, but his friends, this youth, this beauty, this high caliber of people that I'm so impressed. It says so much about my nephew, Demetrius. What a beautiful kid. Became a beautiful young man. Was raised in a Greek Orthodox home with Greek values. And he had this substance about him. And the substance came from love. The equation of love should be, but is definitely in a Greek home. It comes from discipline, which is the word orminia, na orminepsis to παιδί σου, to direct him, to discipline him, but with love, with love. And love can conquer anything, at any time, at any point, in any place. And this here today is love. Each and every one of you, I know the love that you possess and you produce to Demetrius, the respect. And I know he did the same unto you as well. Demetrius had a rough life. You know, he always smiled, but he had a rough life. He was a young child. He was an infant. I don't know if all of you know the story of Demetrius. I don't know where you picked up in his life as far as the story. Some of you know him longer, from a very young age, from middle school, from high school, from college, from the gym, from the church, from the festivals, the dance, everything. Dimitri was born, he was maybe, I don't think he was a year old. I don't think he was a year old. And his father, he had a brain operation because of a tumor. It was a very successful surgery. They had a great surgeon. Came out of it and held Dimitri. And the next day, I don't think he made it to the 90s. He died. He died from staph infection. But Dimitri never knew his father. He never knew his father. And that was always a hole in his heart, in his life. But Dimitri was an anchor. He did an angira. He took care of his yaya. Which was my Thea. Yaya's grandma. You're getting Greek 101, everybody. And Thea is aunt, my dad's sister. And Thea always had some type of health issue. But Dimitri, he was there. And he would take care of Yaya. George, I love you, George. My cousin George. George. Okay, that's all right. You put it down, George. You can keep it up. You can just wave back and forth and show the love. He helped with George too. Okay. And Sophia. Where's that beautiful little Greek princess? There she is. My cousin at a late age. He's 5. Just turned 5. My cousin at a late age had this beautiful young girl. And my cousin he was a slave to his business. So together, you know, the whole family, not just Dimitri, but Demetrius. Our whole family, we grew up together like brothers in the house. And my cousin was working. Dimitri got old enough, and they made some changes in his life. I mean, Dimitri was scouted. He went to California and New York, and a lot of you don't know this. Dimitri they were looking for Dimitri. France, Italy, Paris, Rome. They were scouting this boy. I don't know, do you guys know this? How close were you to him? You look like you were pretty close. Guys were on his Facebook, his Instagram. You saw the magic and you saw the after effect, you saw the product, okay? Who wouldn't want Dimitri on a billboard representing their product? Who wouldn't want him? Advertising their clothing line with the NPC, the IFBB, the National Physique Committee. A lot of you guys, come on, you pump some steel. I see some muscle in here. International Federation of Bodybuilders. That was the direction Dimitri was going, but not limited to. Because Dimitri wasn't just muscle. He was brain. He was brain. A 25-year-old soldier in Christ. He had love on his breath, in his heart and his soul, in his life. Dimitri was just a good kid in an ugly world. That's the best way I could describe it. A beautiful person, a good kid in this hard, ugly, mean, nasty world. And it's sad as me. Some of you I met, like Joe Rossi, Gazzo, a lot of the boys coming to the house. I know a lot of your dads. We had an Amato here, okay? We have a Rendy here. Wrestled with uncles. Wrestled with, played ball with. And now, their sons, they went to school with Dimitri. We got a Rendy over here. What a good kid. Your dad, I love him. I love your grandma, your grandfather. Your mom's a beautiful person. I know a lot of you kids. And it saddens me that what we're going through, because I believe we're family, even without the blood. Because you don't have to have blood to be family, you know. You're family. I know what you meant to Dimitri. I know what he means to you. I see it, I feel it. I know where Dimitri is. If he's not there, he's going there. He's going to get there. Okay? I don't know how strong you are in your faith, your religion. I don't know what your bonds are, and that's not for me to really get into. But we as Greek Orthodox Christians, we believe it's a faith to us. And I know Dimitri believed in the Lord and Savior. And I believe that he will welcome him into his kingdom. says to Dimitri, not too long ago, we had so many deaths, so many, like I said, you don't have to be family by blood. You're just family, you just know it. So many from the church passed away. Neighbors. This COVID, this virus that took us. And then you had people older, strokes, heart attacks, cancers. So I said, you know, hey, I'm 56 years old. And, you know, always at the last minute. You know, no one has a gravesite. No one has it. My dad died, and last minute, you know, I had the gravesite. We're not prepared for this. Why shouldn't we? But I says to Dimitri, because we had all this death, and I'm sure that you guys have suffered some losses as well through the COVID, this period. So I said, you know, I'm gonna talk to, you know, Vasily to get me a gravesite. I was gonna talk to Kurt down at Fry Vogel, and I was gonna go down and pick up my casket, this and that. And then I was making my arrangements. I said, you know, who do I want? You know, which soldiers are gonna represent me? Who's gonna carry my casket? So obviously, I don't know if some of you know, my nephew was one of them here, my sister's boy, Louis, you know. And I'm going down the list, and you know, I said, hey Dimitri, I gotta talk to you, you know what I mean? He says, and you know, I'm gonna try to mimic him here. I'm having this conversation, talking to Dimitri, and I said, hey, Dimitri, I got to talk to you. I'm a little busy right now. I said, well, it's very important. You know, I need your undivided attention. I just need you for maybe a minute or two, 3 tops. You know what I mean? He goes, but that's all it's going to take, right? I says, yeah, man. He goes, because you know, I got to go to the gym. I was like, oh, brother, it's getting deep in here, you know? I says, you gonna stay focused? Yeah.
You're not gonna let me express.
I'm focused. Okay, what is it, Eulogy? I said, so you know, I'm making my arrangements, right? You gonna leave me your gym? I says, man, if you want the gym, you can have the gym. You know what I mean? I got a gym bigger than LA Fitness. I got 180 45-pound plates at my house, okay? You want them, Dimitri, take them, whatever, you know what I mean? He goes, you really serious? Yeah, Dimitri, whatever, you know what I mean? Just make sure you and Louis, you know what I mean? Because he got into it too. And I said, but listen, pay attention. I said, what is it? When the time comes, you know, I already talked to Louis, you know, I'm going down the list. I says, I want you to be pallbearer. I want you to, you know, hold my casket. You know what I mean? This asks you, because you're worthy. You're worthy. And again, if you know Demetrius' mannerisms, you know, his facial expressions, his body language, his hand gestures, you know. And he goes, Eulogy, you ain't got to worry about that. I says, I don't, Dimitri. Then he goes, get about it. I says, oh man. He goes, you know why? I says, why? He goes, you ain't gonna die. He goes, you're gonna live forever, Eulogy. You're gonna live forever. Well, we know that's not the truth, okay? But I guess my point here is that I'm gonna live forever, right? The person will never die as long as you speak his name and you remember him, okay? don't have to tell you because I already know. I know each and every one of you are going to keep Dimitri close to you. And you're going to remember him. I know that for a fact because he's a good kid. And it just his time fell short. But I love him. And I accept him for everything. So I just want you to look to each other, especially the young ones, but everybody. You're all so beautiful and young and healthy, and live life, but be reverent. You know what I mean? We're not saying get crazy, but stay focused, stay disciplined. Enjoy yourselves and don't hurt yourself, don't hurt nobody. And if you did wrong, if you transgressed against somebody, ask for forgiveness. If somebody transgressed against you, if they wronged you, right? Accept their apology, accept them for apologizing to you. I never had confession before, and as Bishop Sabbath said, Father George passed away most recently, and me and Father were like real tight. And again, it's autonomia, you know what I mean? I know you guys know it, but I'm a figure. So Father was telling me, he goes, Yianni, he says, God's gonna forgive you. But if you don't forgive this person, God's forgiven you. Why can't you do what God does and forgive you? He's forgiven you. Why can't you forgive this person? I'm saying, life is too short to be consumed by any anger, by any hate, and by any bitterness. Okay? Because all it does is eternally, it becomes externally, everything changes. You age. It's not like you look healthy, you look ugly, you look mean, like you're mad at the world. Everything can be taken care of through love, okay? I don't even look at 10 Commandments anymore, although, I believe in them. I believe in love one another as I have loved you. Now, that there in itself, it just will heal everything, and everything will be good, and you guys can live a happy life. And you're the future of America. You're the future of America. I'm going to finish up here, but again, I want to thank you for coming mourning with us. But there's going to be a time that we're going to have to celebrate as well. We're going to have to celebrate his life. The first initial 40 days, we're going to remember Dimitri, keep it holy amongst family, and then afterwards, I'm sure, with you guys, Louis, Joe, and Gazzo, and Randy, you got Kyle over there, you got a bunch of guys over here. You guys are going to network amongst each other, and we're going to celebrate Dimitri's life as well. When the time comes, and whatever it is, no drinking and driving, I'm taking keys. But we're going to have a good time, and we're going to be diplomatic, and we're going to be reverent, and we're going to honor Dimitri's life on this earth, and we're going to celebrate when the time comes. So thank you again for coming and mourning with us, and I love you all because I see the love you have for my nephew, so I have to extend that love to all of you. Thank you.